Hello and welcome to episode 5 of Fear of the Dragon Queen. If you're watching, good luck. So, when last seen, you basically were all going to sleep in Julius Ascanius's house. When you were all sort of settling down for the night, when you heard outside the familiar sound of... Over to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, I'm hearing that sound. The first thing I'm going to do is
I'm hearing you super muffled.
Super muffled, yeah.
Yeah, it's like you've got the microphone in your coat pocket.
Really?
In your what?
It was fine till we went live.
What were you thinking?
I heard a poop pocket, and I said, "What the fuck?"
Pocket.
I heard that, and I said, "I'm sorry."
You said coat.
It was definitely coat.
My bad.
I mean, before we went...
change?
Yeah, that's better.
That's good.
Yeah, okay.
I just literally changed it from default headphone microphone to headphone microphone.
Very important distinction.
Yeah.
That clearly this is a major distinction for StreamYard that we hadn't realized. So
Computer, anyway.
yeah, the first thing I'm just going to slightly sort of nudge Quintus in the ribs and say, for fuck's sake, stop snoring. Stop snoring.
Can't you just sleep quietly?
That sounded sort of familiar.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Stop.
I mean, if you ever saw a pig, that sounds familiar.
Pig. Is it?
Oh,
Oh, I think it is her. Yes.
Her.
Yes, the assassin lady.
I'm sorry.
Can we see anything?
A pig lady, which is an assassin.
Well, I
I'm
didn't-
sorry, Quintus.
Can we see anyone from the windows if we look out?
Yeah, you look out the window and you see stood outside
It is.
familiar.
It is.
It's Piglet Tails.
It is her. Oh, I better open the door. I'll go and open the door.
Did she not think to knock?
For the life of me, what the fuck is that?
Come in.
No, that's not your house, mate.
She strolls in.
Well, it is a little odd that she knows that we're here.
I'm
it's not
sorry.
It's not a bigger
You.
place, though, is it?
That's not your home.
She takes
No,
off her
it's just-
backpack and throws it down, and then gets into the, I assume, only one bed and lies down.
Well, oh, we're sleeping outside. Actually,
I beg your pardon, guys. Who the fuck is
Oh
It?
yes, you
and
don't-
why is it sleeping in my bed?
So
okay. First of all,
First,
it's a she.
first rule. Yes,
an
do not piss her off because
Don't
she will
piss her
kill
off.
you. She is.
I mean, I'm not going to, but what the fuck?
She is, I believe, they are called Susian. She didn't grow up with them, but she basically is one, and she's an assassin. And she was going to go and kill this Nosferatu type creature we've been seeing everywhere. She was going to go back up to our hometown, and now she suddenly appeared, and obviously she seems to know that we're here, which either she's very, very good at tracking or a strange coincidence.
I'm trying to find a way to convey how much this makes me uncomfortable.
She's perfectly nice if you don't piss her off.
It is. She's lovely. Just look. She's in her bed. She's lovely.
She's
and
obviously
warm.
had a
Just
bit of a
spoon
hard
sleep,
day.
and we'll deal with it in the morning.
yeah, obviously it's a little bit of a misunderstanding.
I mean, probably I've hunted down some of her cousins. I'm not spooning her.
I wouldn't mention that.
Does she speak any sort of...
She can write. She can write in our language.
Oh, well, that's something.
She's rather eloquent as well.
Do you have any paper?
I mean, I can write myself. I'm not some sort of author or
can't.
writer, so I don't think I have. Do I?
Well, it's up to you. It's your home, but it'll be parchment and ink if you do have something. But parchment's fairly expensive, so.
Is there a dirt floor?
It's
Yeah, I mean,
Julius's home.
look around you.
If it's a
super
dirt floor,
dirty.
we can write on the floor.
Hello? Lady? Are you a lady? Nice to meet you.
think
My
she
name
said
is Julius. And what's your name? Since you invited yourself in.
She reaches down into a backpack and sort of grabs it, pulls out a business card, and then tosses it at you.
She tosses it.
Yeah, she tosses it at you, and then she sort of lays back on the bed.
It sounds like she's had a hard day. Maybe we should delete the questions until the morning.
Yeah, like she's
It is-
sleeping in your bed, right?
Well, it's possibly best not to upset her.
Exactly. Look,
I
like
mean-
I say, she's perfectly nice, perfectly warm. Spoon sleep will answer it in the morning. It's not a problem.
You're
Me
obsessed, man.
personally, as you can see, I don't really do beds in your way, but I can see it being a bit of a problem. Do you have a
Hey, she spooned
spare?
up with me last time.
mat?
It was
Yeah, I'm
perfectly
sorry, mate. I wasn't really expecting this sort of companionship in my house. Otherwise, I would have arranged something. Also,
Night
space
fluid?
doesn't really allow me to
Neither would
do
we.
much. Still, I think I'll be sleeping on the floor. I'm taking the pillow from the bed, though. I'm just taking it.
She kind of sits up and crosses her arms, looks at you confused.
Yeah, tough shit, right? That's my pillow.
She gets
Okay.
up and starts rummaging through drawers and stuff, looking for your clothes. And as soon as she finds them, she just grabs a handful of clothes, throws them onto the bed, pushes them up to one end to make a nice soft pile, and then gets back in the bed.
As I said, I'm not a
You're
writer.
only
but
making
this
it worse
makes me
for
so
yourself.
mad. For myself,
Yes.
yeah. Fuck it. I'm going to sleep. Do whatever you want to do with her. I don't care. Hopefully,
She'll
she
be
will
gone
be
before
gone.
you know it.
Yeah, I hope. Good night, miss. Yeah, to you too.
No, that seems to have killed the atmosphere.
Hopefully I didn't
Yeah,
insult her
it's
in a language.
I was going to say, you have no idea what you might have said to her.
Well,
No.
you're still alive,
Well-
so
I'm not going to be held responsible for any consequences. I'm going to sleep too.
yeah, you're still alive, so you probably didn't insult her.
Yeah, I'm sleeping.
Okay.
Or she's too exhausted to even care.
So you spend the night sleeping, and you wake up before Piglet Tails. So I think you already removed the wounds off your character sheet at the end of last session. So for this night's rest, if I recall.
Yeah, that's a good point. I forgot to ask you about that. So how much do we deduct them by now?
It's basically
If
one
we've had
for
a
a good night's rest.
Okay, then I need to do that.
You got 5 in the fire on your burns. So if your burns are on
Yeah,
4,
so it's
you've
not
already
4.
done it. Mhm.
Yeah. The burns were already on for last session.
Then
by
you'd
the
already
end.
done it. Yeah, we'd already accounted for this night's sleep. So yeah, you wake up before Piglet Tails, and she's in the bed, looking quite comfortable.
Well, thank you, Julius. It's one of the best floors I've ever slept on. Nice clean rushes, ideal.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Oh, fuck.
Do you have a water trough or something?
Of course I do not.
Is there a stream nearby or a bucket?
Yeah, I mean, as I imagine there's the well in the main square.
Oh, okay.
If you want to fetch some water for yourself. I'm not
Yeah,
exactly
okay.
on the rich side of the spectrum, so I don't have
Well,
running water in my
As
house.
you can see, neither are we.
No, yeah, I was
Yeah.
just clarifying.
Yeah,
So-
I go out to this well and start getting some water.
Yeah, you head into the village. So as you go into the village centre, as it were, where the well is, you see that they are basically, the gallows are coming out in sort of big, partially assembled pieces, and then they're putting the pieces together. Assumedly, they're going to be hanging the dwarf soon. But it's
Oh, yeah.
more than just gallows. It looks like they've put a fire underneath the gallows as well. Like they're building a little bonfire.
Killing two dwarfs with one gallows. It's like the two birds with one stone things.
So, yeah, you get the water in return.
Seems a bit excessive.
You
You
sounded
also
very
notice-
Welsh there.
You also notice that the wagon, well, the one with that guy in, is still there.
What, the Nosferatu guy?
Yeah, Civilius Silverbraid.
Oh, wow. I completely forgot about that. Is he still in the cart, though? Like, do we know that
No.
he's still in there?
Is it the
Because
inn?
you saw him take a room in the inn.
Ah, yes. No, sorry. It's coming back to me now. Okay.
They arranged the best room, kicking out
That's
the
right.
previous
Mhm.
tenants.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, we have some explaining to do. Or rather, she has some explaining to do. Okay, so I get the water and get that all in, start washing myself and so on. Not making loads of noise or purposefully trying to wake Pigtails, but also I'm hoping that she'll wake up in a bit so we can be like, why the fuck is Nosferatu here? You were supposed to kill him, etc.
I take some milk, some bowls to arrange some sort of breakfast for my customers, B&B customers.
Okay, so
B&B.
yeah,
B&M, more like.
you put on
Sorry.
a
Good luck with
peasant
that.
breakfast then for everyone, which is actually quite a lot of effort. When there's, are you cooking for Piglet Tails as well, or preparing a breakfast rather?
Yeah, I'm just arranging the table. Everyone will serve themselves.
Mhm.
I'm not laying down
Oh, so
anything.
Oh, okay.
Continental breakfast. Oh,
Yes.
rather.
Just empty
Yeah.
bowls.
Suit yourselves.
Very posh.
So eventually, then Piglet Tails does start stirring.
I think it's a good idea to go the continental route. A full English might be a bit offensive to the other guest.
I beg your pardon?
A full
Yeah.
English
Oh,
breakfast might be a bit
Yeah, full English breakfast would have bacon.
Ignore them. It is a
Sausages.
local. It's a local breakfast. It just means all the meat and things. Oh, morning.
Oh,
Tails.
good morning, princess.
Did you sleep well? Good.
Yes. Help yourself to food. We're a little surprised to see you, actually, and surprised to see you know who staying here too? Your client?
Prey, I think is the.
Well, I'm trying. I don't know the correct assassin code. The client.
She rummages around in a bag and gets out a pencil, and you can see she's just like, oh, sorry, ink and feather from her little box, and you can see she's just like not really with it yet, and she just writes on her parchment, Imperial law, killing wilderness, and hands you the slip, etc.
It wouldn't be me because I can't read.
Um,
I can read.
Then she writes, "Thank you for letting me know he was still here."
You didn't know he was here? He's only staying in the tavern opposite, in the village. He made himself very known last night to everyone.
She writes, "I arrived late, but I saw Apostolos."
You saw me. I suppose I'm quite noticeable, aren't I, in this place? Yes, well.
And she
So
writes, "Nice to see you all again."
Yeah, thank you.
It's nice to be seen.
So, what you're saying is you can't kill him unless you take him out into the woods somewhere and get rid of him. Okay.
But I lost my boar.
Oh, yes, you did have a riding boar. What happened to it?
It died.
Oh. I'm sorry.
How did it die?
It stopped breathing, Kalis. What do you think?
You know, I never thought that. I never thought for a moment that it might be down to the lack of breath or the sudden stopping of brain activity. I never considered that. What is the method by which your boar lost breath?
And she writes, "I ripped out its heart."
Well, that will do it.
I'll do it. Was there any particular reason why you suddenly felt the need to rip out your boar's heart?
I needed it.
Of course. Of course. How silly of me.
At the risk
Wouldn't
of
that be cannibalism, though?
How dare you?
She didn't say she ate it.
she never says
Are you
that.
saying
that's
she's
what
a
you needed.
I
boar?
needed it?
Are you saying she's a boar? That's
Well,
highly
they're obviously
offensive.
No,
from
I'm
the
actually
same-
finding it very exciting and entertaining company. She's hardly bored.
With that, she wraps up the parchment, stuffs it back in her backpack, puts her quill back in her box and stuff, and packs.
Why did you need the heart?
She gets up, stretches, grabs her backpack, and then
That's obvious, yes.
she steps into a shadow. And even though you're indoors in a tiny little hut, you just don't know where she just, as she moved into the shadow, she disappeared.
How does she do that? She have to tell her so she does that next time.
What the fuck? Was that some sort of friend of yours? Because she was really unpolite.
After a manner of speaking, yes.
I think we
She
would
camped with
best-
us once.
She's not trying to kill us. So that puts her in the friend category for us.
I mean, you really have low standards.
Well, she came originally from Mirain, and assassins there are held quite highly. It's a public job, so she's quite high up. But I'm sorry, but the boar thing, riding the boar and eating the boar is very confusing to
And
me.
she
Still.
never said she ate the boar's heart. All she said was she needed it.
But why else would you need a heart except to eat it? It's a piece of meat.
Yeah, maybe she made a purse out of it.
A purse.
Yeah,
Don't know.
you can
Interesting.
dry up
Maybe
skin
she
to
was
make
taking
leather, then you
Valentine's.
work it, and then you make a purse.
You should
Maybe
have
she,
asked her.
maybe she was taking Valentine's really seriously. Who knows? It might not doesn't necessarily mean that she ate the hearts.
I don't know, but
Not that I care,
good
in
luck
addition
to
to all
her, I
this.
guess.
So, where to next? Are you willing to assist to the execution?
Assist. I didn't know we had to help with it.
We can watch, but
No,
Oh
yeah,
yes,
just
they are.
assist, meaning watch, not help.
They've put some gallows up, but also they've put some sort of stake there, just in case maybe he doesn't die.
Oh, yeah, that's the rotisserie dwarf. That's how we call it.
Right. So what? You hang him, and then what? You open it up, and he burns alive as well, or something.
It's burn
Yeah,
first.
yeah.
They hang them from the wrists.
oh, it's not a hanging then. It's not a
Oh,
hanging.
that's
They have a
okay.
rope round there as well, but they tend to do that just after they've died from the burning, which starts at the feet. They slowly cook them.
Nasty. Obviously, these people do not like dwarves.
No.
Nah, not that much.
But yeah, I mean, when your people have been taken as slaves, it's understandable.
Yeah, given the fact that we never see them again. So, yeah. They really grew on our nerves.
So, do you head out to the market square to watch the execution?
Yes.
Would seem rather rude not to.
Yeah, it's some
Okay.
sort of characteristic.
As you head out, then, oh, I think Jason's just popped to the bathroom. I think. Yep, that's the bathroom. Should we just take like 5 minutes quickly while he
Okay.
sorts
Okey
himself
dokey.
out?
All right.
Sorry, everyone. Bathroom cold. It has been quite hot today as well, so I've been drinking lots of water. Hello.
Ooh.
Hello.
Sorry, my bladder was full.
We've
all right.
been drinking beer.
Not
Well,
surprised
beer,
you
but
size that
also-
water bottle.
No, but yeah, but also like when we were out earlier, we had a few like drinks of water and coffee and things.
Indeed,
Because it's been
went
quite
to-
warm.
I tend
Played
to
some
find.
board games today.
Yes, I saw the
We went
post.
with strangers.
There was a post.
Yeah. I just posted about it on Facebook.
Oh.
I just said that we went out and interacted with strangers and played board games and stuff, but it was good fun.
Now you see, Sir Mark are going to see that and go, what?
Well, they could have come because it was all part of that other group
Yeah.
and stuff.
But they don't necessarily know that.
Well, that's how we met them.
Not today, we didn't.
No, but when we met them for the first time, it was through that. So of course they know about it.
Might not. They might have missed all the news about what was happening today. I don't know how well they know Martin.
They might have missed this instance of that happening.
Indeed. What have you done? You've torn friendships apart.
That's their own fault.
Right, okay. So you head off to the market square. A crowd is gathering of a lot of people from the village. The administrator is there on the stage, and he's actually looks like he's been drinking this morning. And he goes, so we'll be bringing the dwarf out shortly. And, we'll do the thing.
Oh, you so typical. Drunk at 7.
Absolutely.
Oh, so that is normal for him? Is he so miserable in his life that he has to drink as soon as he wakes up?
I hear it's the best way of avoiding a hangover. Don't sober up.
Yeah.
Not for us, it isn't. It's all a myth.
So you're saying they're mistaken?
Yes. Yes, they are mistaken.
Okay. And a couple of big guys, so the blacksmith and some other particularly strong farmhand, dragging the dwarf out in chains to the to the gallows thing, and they sort of do the thing where they actually string him up by both hands, and then they hoist the rope, and he's kind of hanging there, and then they start lighting the fire, and everyone yay!
Never
And
been
then
to a
they'll-
dwarf burning before.
It's like an
And,
amazing short work for them.
Grum, the dwarf, is just kind of very calmly looking at the flames. And kind of not a lot happens for a little bit as people just sort of start passing around drinks and things like that. The pub is, well, the tavern has set up a little sort of outside bar. You can even get toffee apples there, as well as alcohol. And whilst all this is going on, you notice that the guy who I'm trying to read my notes. I'm not sure if he was called Civilus Silverbraid or if he was called Eichmann Hare.
Silverster.
Yeah, Civilus Silverbraid. I don't know. I've got two names in my notes with
What,
different
the
descriptions,
cat?
both of which could be. No, he was Sylvester.
Yes, Sylvester.
Okay, I'm going to go
Mine
with
was
Civilus
Sylvester.
Silverbraid. That's what I used at the start of this session. Okay, so Civilus Silverbraid.
Not Civilus.
not syphilis. No, he walks out of the tavern and gets into his wagon or his carriage, and then the various flunkies and stuff come out and sort of start prepping it for travel and tying horses up and stuff.
You're calling him syphilis. Is that why no one?
I'm not.
Is that why no one in the audience is cheering because he's bringing the clap himself?
I don't have anything to do with this time.
I am calling him Eichmann Hair then.
I got nothing to do with this. I want this to be put on record.
It's a bit
That's
like
not on me.
It's a bit like when you kept calling Gavagan Gaviscon. Okay.
All right, syphilis silver braid it is. All right. So, basically the carriage sets off, and it's as the carriage is setting off, all of a sudden the bonfire under the dwarf erupts in flame, and the flames go up really high. You actually lose sight of the dwarf.
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh, shish, says
my
the administrator. Shish, not meant to happen.
They
Did
know to make
someone
a
throw
bonfire.
some whiskey on there or something? Jeez, I was not expecting it to go up so quick.
They certainly know to make a bonfire.
That's not common. I mean, I wasn't expecting some sort of flambe execution.
Are dwarves more flammable?
This should happen. Calm down, everyone. Calm down. What we'll do is we'll flash fry him.
You what?
Already fucking flash flying him. Look at him. He's barbecued.
And then the flames start coming down, and there's no sign of the dwarf. Yeah. Oh, shit.
Oh, tricky bastard. He's done some sort of magic trick.
It's a bit suspicious, isn't it? He's got away somehow.
I immediately sort of go to the sort of plinth, with the execution, and I walk all the way around it.
Yeah, so basically, because it was a bonfire, there's no kind of wooden stand plinth thing for this particular gallows. They've got the support of the gallows.
Yeah,
that's like a triangular, lengths of wood type in a triangle pattern, and it goes arm up, arm across. You've got the chain that was with restraining the dwarf is gone, so presumably he's still chained up somewhere.
I as I say, I walk all the way around it, and I'm like,
yeah.
Is stuff like
I
this?
tell you what, I didn't think we were getting a whole show.
Sorry, Junker?
No, I was saying in character if this was possible, like to just vanish out of thin air with some sort of pyrotechnics. Well, I've never seen something like this. So
I think it.
Do we have to look for him?
The question becomes: was the flame that we saw, was it part of the spell, or was it a distraction?
Quintus, what do you think? You're the one with the flames stuff.
Do I recognise this as any sort of fire magic?
Yeah, it looks definitely. It looked a lot like that wall of flame that happened on the bridge, actually. And you possibly that was a distraction because you all looked at it, and it drew everyone's gaze. But he could have done anything behind the wall of flame, and it kind of enveloped the area, and you assume it was a circle, but maybe it wasn't. And,
the bastard fireproof, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, it did look very, very, very well timed, and that little bonfire could not produce that sort of flare. Like something in it.
we've got someone here who knows this stuff. You can track towards. Oh, you're the people who brought him in. Yes, you can track him again.
My friend, I doubt is interested in tracking his own kidnapper.
Well, the problem is, I think if he has got away, obviously he's going to report back that we sort of stopped his slavery thing, and I think they can be raising a price on our heads, the dwarves.
Plus, if we don't track him down and he does get back to his people, there's every possibility that those people will come back here to this village in numbers.
They're going to anyway. It is their way of life. They take people away to be their slaves. They have a slave kingdom. It's their thing.
Yeah, but, it'd be nice to leave it till tomorrow.
I just don't think that running after him is going to do any good. It's just going to get rid of him, but not, it's not going to change how they do things.
He's a dwarf, for God's sake. How far could he have gone?
Well, we can't run after him. We don't know where he's gone.
When I chased after him, he was quick.
Are there any footsteps on the ground? Sort of short, dwarfish kind of things. The kind of things that could be tracked by a decent tracker.
Just looking, we don't. I think I need to add tracking to this skill set. So it'll be a rural environment check. I'm going to put a penalty dice of 1 on because somebody did implicitly state that they were going to walk around it, the whole thing. So I'll just put like 1 penalty card in.
Yeah, I got rural, but I got 1. So that will be a skill check of 0 if you want me to do that.
I don't have rural at all.
I got rule 1, so
I've got
all right.
forests, but...
All right.
Between Giorgio and Phil, whichever of you wants to go.
Do you want to do that?
I'm doing. Idea.
All right.
I'll do it as difficulty, so I'll put it as a difficulty 1.
I did a 0 skill check.
Yeah.
So
you have to play cards from your hand.
What kind of number is this? Wow.
What is a number?
No, I can't read the number. That's the problem.
That's a very deep question. What exactly is a number?
Yeah.
Okay. You have a look around, but it's clear that a certain person's footsteps have disrupted the most critical information.
Mhm.
And of course, as you go further out into the square, then it becomes paved, and there's just no trace at all.
Well, we can rule out a certain section of possibilities. He hardly ran through the crowd.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Which gives 2 possible directions. The one the carriage set off in, and one that's a 90-degree tangent from that. It goes past the administrator's house.
Maybe he tried to disguise himself as part of the keep from that carriage you were mentioning before.
Perhaps he hits your lift, on the carriage.
Or he's hanging under it.
I think he's going to probably head back towards the Dwarven Kingdom at some point, don't we?
All heading in the same direction, interestingly enough.
Do you want to split up? We will cover more ground that way.
Yeah, but I'm very reluctant to split up.
Yeah. Also, I heard that makes DMs so happy when the party splits.
Well, I was just about to say, from a player perspective, I've only ever seen all of you split up before, and look how badly that's gone. So, oh dear.
Let's follow the carriage for a little bit.
Okay.
Either we find him or we don't.
Look, everyone, it's a brave dwarf hunter's head off, says the administrator, and then people in the square obviously start dispersing. And
We
not gonna
charge
see where it's
1,000
brought
crowns up front, by the way.
Oh, are you going to stop to negotiate a fee?
I'm just
No,
kind of
what-
saying that in passing and hoping that being drunk, he's going to take that in.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Jesus Christ, 1,000 crowns. Fucking hell. Good job I have wine. Right, so you basically have to jog down the road to sort of keep the carriage within the horizon, really, because it got a bit of a head start on you, and you kind of got to get it back into view first of all. So it's a bit of a sprint at first. The carriage, you catch sight of it eventually once you're clear of Throne Reach, and it's heading down a road. And the countryside here it's quite Spanish in style, because you're beginning to leave the green behind and sort of get into the brown, as it were. And further ahead, if you keep following this road, and this road runs sort of parallel to the river, it does become desert, and the road does end. And it's not even really a road; it's not paved or anything. Once you're out the village, it's more of a route, and then it gets to the desert, and people usually cross the desert on the other side of the river, but it's chosen not to. So the carriage is sort of heading off down this road. You catch sight of it in this kind of like shrubland with this very kind of Spanish feel to it, very kind of dried shrubs, dried grass type thing, and it's probably about half a mile ahead of you when you do catch sight of it. And those of you with eagle eyes may make a rural check if you wish, to see if you could try and spot the dwarf.
I have centaur eyes, not eagle eyes.
What's a rural check?
A rural
I
check.
don't pass.
I don't have them things.
Do we do a rule check?
Well, it's either you or Giorgio, so yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's your turn, mate.
It's all right. There's no pressure. It's just that we're all counting on you.
Ooh. Okay.
When we
Okay.
get into a forest, then yes, I will, of course, offer
I
my
had to
hand.
kind of skip the forest because we were introducing Giorgio, but our way
Yeah.
is quite wooded.
Okay, ready?
I'm there.
There we go.
Ooh,
Okay, yes, definitely eagle-eyed. Yeah, so you kind of look at the carriage, and you actually see on the roof of the carriage, in amongst some luggage on the roof, you can see the dwarf, and you actually see he's trying to pick the lock on the chains, but he's having
there's that
some
little
difficulty
square.
because he is being sort of bounced around a little bit. And because you did so well on that check, you also see up ahead on the road, a little bit ahead of the carriage itself, you could actually see a certain Susian sort of stood in the middle of the road with her arms out like this.
Oh, I don't think we might have to worry about the dwarf for very much longer.
Is
no.
it far out enough that she can do anything?
She might leave him alone.
I think we should go. We should head towards it anyway.
Yeah, there's little squirts on the roof. But she's not
No.
his contract, so she might leave him go.
I was going to say this is probably more entertaining than the actual.
Yes, I was going to say I'm not caring about that. This is going to be far more entertaining.
Okay,
I'm
so
taking my bow out though.
We could, yes,
Okay.
watch from a distance.
are you approaching quickly, or are you just sort of stood there watching and keeping a distance? Because
quickly,
it
I
is
won't
half a
look
mile.
I want ringside seats.
Oh, half a mile.
Okay, if you sprint, then basically by the time things unfold, you'll be at long range.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, we'll do that.
if it's half a mile,
Okay.
then yeah, we should.
Yeah.
Uh,
So you
Close it down.
start closing the distance down by running after the carriage. which, whilst you're chasing it, then the carriage comes to a halt, and you see Piglet Tails gesture the carriage sort of down to speed, and she sort of stood in the middle of the road, and the carriage driver stops. She approaches the lead horse, and then with a flash of movement, you notice that the driver just sort of goes, and then she just casually strolls up to the carriage and taps the window. Now you are at long range. If you wish to do something with ranged weaponry, you could.
I'm shooting the dwarf.
Okay. Shooting the dwarf. Apostolos, are you taking any action?
I don't see any real need to. She's obviously incredibly capable.
Kalis?
No.
Oh,
No, I'm just.
That's
sorry.
it.
just continuing to pursue, yeah? And Quintus?
I don't have a long range weapon at the moment.
Okay. So, just the one action then. It is uncontested, so he will try to use his dodge ability, which I believe was 2, from memory serves correct.
Oh, has he gotten loose of his chains then?
No.
Okay.
All right. So it's a 3 skill check. Ooh. Holy moly, fuck. What is he wearing though?
Oh, good question. He was wearing chain, wasn't he? But he wouldn't be in that now. He'd be a soft target right now.
Yeah, I was going to say that
Yeah.
if they're going to execute him, they're not going to let him wear
Mm.
anything interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, he's a soft target right now.
Hey,
So-
what are you wearing?
That's back in the Blacklist shop.
He's-
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so you fire your arrow, and he just kind of rolls over. But worse than that, because he's beaten you by so much, he actually holds his chains out taut as your arrow strikes, and as he rolls over, and he uses your arrow to break his chains.
Yeah. Fuck off.
Wow.
I think the word fluky bastard. Well, I'm hoping, if nothing else, that will have alerted Piglet to his presence on the roof.
Yeah, she kind of.
If she didn't know
Yeah.
already.
The door to the carriage opens, and Piglet Tails kind of does a curtsy. You can see the like skeleton-esque arm of this Nosferatu-esque guy. Is the arm that has opened the door, but there's also there's a flunky inside, and you can see his arm kind of the arm of the flunky kind of takes this Nosferatu-esque body sort of back into the carriage, and the flunky comes down the steps. The rest of you are now at medium range. Giorgio, you're at long range because you decided to stand and shoot. So, what do you want to do, if anything, guys?
Potentially, I want to hold the Nosferatu in place, but I'm not sure if I have to actually be able to
You're
see
still at
him.
medium range. You'll need to
So
continue moving
yeah,
closer.
okay, fine. Yeah, that's
Continuing
fine.
to move,
yeah.
getting my my.
Oh,
As you try to remember what bloody weapons, get my mace
actually,
out.
I've got a slightly better idea, but I still have to be, further up, so I'll
Closer.
still wait. But yeah, I've got a slightly better
Yeah.
idea.
Okay.
I'm
And
moving up.
Quintus, you're moving
Moving
up. Giorgio?
Moving up as well.
Okay, so you'll start running forward, or continuing to run forward. So after Piglet Tails curtsies, and this guy flunky basically has sort of appeared in the doorway of the carriage, she gestures for him to leave the carriage, and he kind of hangs his head down and sort of gestures like, I can't do that type gesture. and then you kind of don't even really see what Piglet Tails did. He just kind of collapses onto his knees and rolls forward. And then she steps over him to get into the carriage, and then the door shuts. You are now at short range, except Giorgio, who's at medium range. So you are basically arrived at the carriage. The dwarf is on the roof. Piglet Tails got inside and shut the door. What do you do?
So,
I'm
I can't
climbing
stop.
to the top of the carriage.
Okay,
Okay.
cool. I was going to say, because I can't use what I was intending to do on the dwarf because he's on a roof of a cart, but basically I'm going to clamp the wheel of the cart with one of my stone hands.
Okay.
Stop it from
So,
bolting away.
so you've went from great adventurer to traffic warden.
Yes. Yes, I have.
Quintus.
I'm not going to do anything at the moment because obviously, if I was going to try and firebolt the dwarf, but with Ronnie's character up there, I don't want to do that. So
Well,
I'm just going to hold.
Kalis is going to be climbing up, so you could do
Yeah.
it this turn easily if you want to.
Knew it.
Piglet's in the carriage now as well, though.
True. She's inside. Dwarf is on the roof. It's up to you.
I will try and firebolt towards the roof and maybe the luggage, and maybe just blast everything on top of the roof of the carriage.
Julius.
I really want to shoot him again, so I think I will try and do so.
Okay. So you're at medium range.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. Well, there's no mutuals per se. I think what the dwarf will try to do is the dwarf will try to leap off the other side to the one Kalis is climbing. So he's going to leap down. So, magic is before anything else.
Okay.
So those of you who are casting magic, there's two of you. Which one wants to go first, Jason or Phil?
Up to you.
You can go first if you want to stop the carriage moving.
Okay.
It is actually stationary at the moment, but yeah.
Yeah, but it could easily like get the horses going again and stuff. Oh dear. Okay. Well, I can still do it actually, but I wasn't planning to use these cards just yet. But I think I'm going to have to if it's actually going to work.
Well, you won't get to use them any other time because my hand will be gone by the time.
Oh,
next time.
okay then. In that case, yes, I'm ready.
Well, do it.
I am doing it.
Do it.
Yeah, so a hand erupts out of the ground and grabs hold of the carriage's rear wheel. And then the stone hand just ceases to animate whilst holding on to the rear wheel of the carriage. Absolutely. It is done for 4 turns. Best make a note.
That was good XP well spent.
Ah. And then we had another spell. That was you, I believe, Phil.
It was, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
That is 3 fire cards. It's a critical. It's definitely hit because I had rubbish left in my hand. What's the spell?
That is Firebolt.
Firebolt. I need to look it up to remember how it's described and stuff.
So do I.
I've just got the doc open. So, Firebolt. No, mine Firebolt. Is it one word? Is it 2? Who knows? All right, just find the fire spells. Come on, seriously, Google search. What is wrong with you? I'll do it by hand. Firebolt is there. So, what's your skill level?
2.
2, so it's a low effect, short range. The caster summons a ball of flame around their fist and unleashes it at an opponent. As a ranged attack, the target has the opportunity to dodge. Oh, I did this last time. I should have read the spell description first, because he could have added 2 cards. The flame fizzles out to striking its target and is not an effective source of ignition. The wounds course will be burns of effect card in damage. So that's a 8. He has a major wound, basically, and a minor. And I seem to recall he already had a major wound from last session. So your fireball cooks him.
Ooh, cooked
And
dwarf.
as he was about to leap off, the fireball basically strikes him dead center at the back of his neck. And there's a brief scream, but you think it's more of a case of his lungs, the gases in his lungs exploding, like the oxygen exploding in his lungs. It's sort of like a pop, and his whole torso bursts open, and then he kind of lands flat, and you could see his head still conscious, and he kind of can't really move anything other than his head, and he kind of realizes what's happened to him, and he's like, there's no oxygen, he can't breathe because his windpipe's been blown away, so he's just mouthing like a fish, and then he dies.
Wow.
That was very descriptive.
You're welcome. Giorgio,
Wow.
you were shooting, so your arrow is pointless. And Kalis, you were climbing onto the roof, and well, you kind of get halfway up and see something you wish you hadn't, and I guess climb back down, going nope, nope, nope.
Roll for sanity.
I kind of look at Quintus and say, subtle.
Yeah, it's all or nothing, I'm afraid.
Subtle. Climb back down again.
Okay. There is a sudden loud knocking sound from inside the carriage, and the whole carriage kind of just for a moment rocks.
Who knocks within?
Oh no! I don't know what's going on in there.
It's not going anywhere. I've sorted it.
Oh, good.
Right. I'll tell you what, Quintus. What we'll do is you open the door, and I'll get into the carriage.
Okay. So I'll
Mace in hand, and I'll just get in there.
3.
Okay.
Then I go.
Right. Where is Apostolos and Julius as you do this?
Yeah, I'm still at medium range, so I think I will get in closer.
You've got
I
a
will
bit
be
of
getting
time,
closer.
basically, because it's up to you to when you open the carriage door. So
Is there another window on the
front.
other side of this?
yeah, there's doors both sides, and there's
doors
enough
both
time for
sides.
Julius to
Okay.
get close.
It's like a stagecoach type of thing.
Okay, cool. In that case, I will probably, I'll go to the other door, which presumably is on the left side. Something I'm seeing anyway. And then ready let's see. Let's go for the arming sword.
Okay, and Julius.
Yeah, I still have bow and arrow in hand, and I'm staying a couple of steps behind Apostolos.
Okay, so Quintus yanks open the door. Kalis charges in.
Get sort of leap in, mace at the ready.
Okay, as you leap in, your path into the carriage is partially obstructed by Piglet Tails, who is pinned to the front of the inside of the carriage by a sword going through her face.
Ooh!
Oh,
we're not
fuck.
having that.
Didn't expect
Sat
that.
on the seat opposite her is this Nosferatu-esque creature. He's sort of sat on the seat reading a book. Ah! I wondered if you were on her side or not. I wasn't sure.
It's not a case of whether we're on our side or not, but, you know, you didn't need to do that.
Well, I believe I did.
But look. There's killing her, and then there's deforming her. That's. I mean, our poor family's not going to be able to have an open casket now. I mean, that's terrible.
He reaches his hand forward, and you think for a moment he might be offering to actually shake your hand. But as he reaches his hand forward, the sword flies out of Piglet Tail's face, back into his hand, where he clasps it, and then the blade kind of disassembles itself back down into the handle. And he puts it back on the chair next to him, and then keeps reading his book.
At this point, I actually look round at the door because this is all. This kind of looks a bit sort of magic-like, and I'm just going to turn around to Quintus, and at the risk of a running joke, but it is actually going to work this time. Quintus, you want to take this?
Yeah, I'm going to shut the door.
You're going to shut the door.
I'm getting out.
That's not the outcome we were sort of expecting, I must say.
His thing can fly back into his hand and retract. It's not good. It's no. His sword it just and retracts.
Show off.
Yeah, that is a particularly special piece of equipment you have there. I'll take it. It's magic or mechanical. You're not in with these dwarf people, are you?
He turns the page on his book. I would approve of your curious mind if you were but a bit smarter.
Well, that's how we learn, asking questions.
Yes, but you want to learn about me.
Well, your sword.
He closes his book, puts it down on the chair the other side of him, picks up the hilt of his sword, and he tosses it to you. Take a look.
Okay, I'll catch it.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming the blade is not going to pop out in midair towards me.
No.
Ooh, wonder what this does.
You can see that there is a release mechanism on the handle.
Okay, so I'll sort of point it away and down and push the button.
Okay. Could you make a check, please? Reactions and speed.
I've got no cards left.
Oh, neither have I, so luckily we redeal. You were so close. Okay.
Okay. That's not bad.
So, which was it again? Sorry.
Reactions and speed.
Yeah, reactions and speed. It's under athletic skills.
So reactions.
Are you wounded, by the way?
Yeah.
Who's
You've
not
got a major
wounded?
wound.
I am not wounded.
Reaction speed, I've got a 1 on that.
Do you have a major wound?
Yeah.
You do.
Uh-huh.
What can I do here then?
Oh, that's
So
the
that
wrong
one.
No, sorry. Go screen share.
Okay.
Why is it screen sharing?
Don't know.
I didn't even realise for
There we
some
go.
reason.
Oh, yeah.
I just love looking upon you, my darling.
Okay, I think I'm
Oh.
going to need everything I can.
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
Bring it. Oh, so close. So close.
Damn.
Okay, you've watched Blade, right?
Yes.
Yeah, your hand. It
Oh,
gets
I see.
it gets a
Ow.
strength 5 wound. What is your vitality?
5.
Oh, then you're lucky. It's a minor wound.
So it's not Jaime Lannister style.
Not
hand.
quite. Not quite. Yeah, but yeah, it basically the whole handle
Spikes.
spikes out and cuts your hand. You drop the sword, and
Ow,
then
bastard.
and in pain. And then he holds his hand forward, and it flies back into his hand, and he puts it back on the seat. Then picks up his book again. Are you still curious?
I am to know what is how long you're going to live.
Myself? I'm
Yes.
eternal.
Well, we're going to probably test that in a minute.
Why do you care? He's an abomination.
Oh, you aren't equipped to deal with me. My fight for eternal life is against the Queen of Moraine, I believe, judging by the assassin she sent. I rather suspect she's the one behind all the Nostrum disappearing.
Yeah, so you won't be lasting much longer, will you?
Oh, if you think she scares me, you are mistaken.
What are we doing here?
Well, you're still stuck out here. You can't move anywhere.
Can I not?
No.
You
Your
know
driver is dead.
At this point, I do have to sort of say, well, technically, he can move. It's just the carriage can't.
Details.
Yes, but I think he's someone who enjoys the pedantic nature of getting one up on us.
You're just encouraging him.
I don't believe my flunkies are dead yet.
Where
The
are they?
assassin wouldn't kill them. You should probably just poison them.
Oh, pig's heart.
Sorry?
No, I was just sorry, a character. not to the. Yes, well, if they're poisoned, they might well be dead.
Perhaps.
Nice to see you care so much.
It's too late. And besides, I've only just finished the chapter of my book. And Apostolos is going for another bladder break. So I'm just going to go grab myself a beer so that I can join him on his next bladder break.
All right.
Only be a second though.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What do we want to do? Do we want to take on this guy, or are we?
I
cannot.
think we are. I think we are woefully underskilled to even attempt to take this guy on. My character is not suicidal yet.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, as a team, you could probably beat him if you weren't beaten up.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's.
Could you just hang on for a couple of days then?
Yeah. If we could just stay there for a couple of days while we heal up, we'll get back to him. I just don't like the idea of any sword that extends and retracts without a humming sound. It just not.
It's more of a shing 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 shing.
This is not the sword you're looking for.
Credits will do fine.
We're not at the end of the movie yet, I know, but credits will do fine.
So yes, he finishes his chapter and closes his book. If you excuse me, I have places to be. Are you going to attempt to kill me, or are you going to leave?
Probably at some
Unless-
point, but not right today.
How
We don't really have anything to do with him, so there's
how
really no
close
point.
is he to the door that I'm stationed at?
Well, he's sat in the seat. It looks like he wants to sort of get up and is, just sort of questioning this. You are by the door that is shut because you didn't open it. You could easily open it if you wish.
Being the hot-headed centaur I am, I'm gonna open the door and try and get him with my sword because he's
Okay.
pissed me off. He's pissed me off.
He pissed me off, but I'm not suicidal.
We are here to remember our late friend Apostolos.
Hey, I jumped through a wall of fire for you.
No,
What is your Malaise? It's going to be contested.
Uh-huh.
What is everybody else doing, by the way?
Standing there open-mouthed, aghast at what I was doing.
Kalis?
I'm sort of. I've been sort of hit sort of thrice. One by the terrible thing that happened to the dwarf. Then seeing the retracting sword coming out of Piglet's head, and then the whole thing with Quintus's hand. So I'm a bit sort of. My main thought is I think we need to go.
Hmm.
Well, you
Okay.
can stop me if you want.
You're equipped with an arming sword. He is equipped with a very fancy mechanical sword.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's your martial skill?
It's 1.
Okay, for this skill test, it will be 0.
Ah,
Sword v sword, and he has the higher martial skill.
goody.
so good knowing you, mate.
Yeah, I know.
What is your armor?
My armor.
Yeah, what armor type are you?
Well, I have a shield and a metal
course you
helmet,
don't,
but I don't have
you're-
any actual armor.
Yeah, your soft target. Okay.
Yeah.
Sword,
Oh my God.
Sword.
He is going to scallop you.
He may well be.
Yes. There is a chance your injuries are going to really work against you here. I'm just looking for the sword section so I know which damage card to use. Linking find it, of course. Scimitar, spear, or bow, hunting bow, maces, morning stars, quarterstaff, rapier, flail, halberd, hand crossbow. Where is the swords? Axe, crossbow, longsword. No, it's not a arming sword. Here we go. Soft target, high. Well, that'll have to be the 10 then, I'm afraid.
Shit.
Shield. Shield won't do it, but you might get an always wins. Oh, that wouldn't matter on a shield. It would only count as a 0. Yeah. Are you attached to Apostolos?
Oh, somewhat.
I mean,
I barely know him.
I like him as a character, but I did expect to not necessarily survive doing what I've just done. But he's pissed off, and that's what he would have done.
Okay. The sword goes in around the belly button as it then protracts out and through the other side, and then he lifts it right along the side of your spine, kind of cutting up the nervous system. One side of it is just sort of cut off. Then he pulls the sword out, and as he does so, flicks your blood across the other side of the carriage at Kalis, who sort of stood there open-mouthed with his face now covered in Apostolos's blood. Apostolos slumps forward.
You bastard! And what I say to him is,
Yes, well,
I'd love to let my arrow go, but
oh
I'm
no,
gonna
they killed
eat shit
Apostolos.
and die.
seeing Apostolos die like that, Quintus is going to try and summon up some another firebolt to fire through the carriage at him.
Oh, right, okay.
All right. I'm shooting then.
Oh God, we're all going to die.
Well, we can't let him get away with that. We cannot let him get away with that.
Well, we're gonna, if we're gonna go out,
Ah,
we're
shit.
gonna go out in a blaze of glory.
It was a gamble. It's not going to work. Run away.
Yeah, I'll just discard some low cards on that then. So, Kalis and Julie. Oh!
No, the whiskey, no.
What are your intentions?
At
For
this
you
point,
not to kill us. Look at the cat. You cannot kill us.
It's fine, I'll go for Kalis. What's your intention?
Yes.
Depends what you do as to how he's going to react, obviously.
seriously, one kitten and I'm toast.
Not necessarily. It depends what you do. If you don't attack him, he's not going to worry about you.
I think I have to go in for it. Whatever shall be, shall be. That is what my gods believe. If I am marked to die, then I am enough to do my country loss. And if to succeed, the fewer of me, the greater the honor. In other words, it's going to be all mine.
Okay. I don't think you will, but
I don't think I will either. I've seen my cards.
Kalis is the next most obvious person for him to attack, given your current disposition. So the mutual happens first, then the ranged combat, then mutual, then the magic, then the ranged. So
All right.
Me first.
Yeah, it is, I'm afraid.
Na, 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 na.
I wish I had that card.
Is that supposed to be a violin?
Yes, a very sad violin.
Well,
Just-
at
just
least
to
do it the
remind
right
ev-
way round. Most
About-
people do it the opposite, and that
Right.
really annoys me.
Me,
Becky.
me.
Me. It's that way.
I get a skill of 2. Do I
Yeah.
still pick 3 cards?
You're picking the best 3 cards from the 2 that your skill drew and your hand. You pick the best 3.
Right. What is he wearing?
He is wearing no armor.
Because it doesn't need it. We are fucked.
Because the bastard doesn't need it.
No. Okay. What's your vitality?
Just hit him with a critical 30.
Yeah,
Always.
He
Yeah.
once.
Bastard.
31.
There is no hand in this which cannot be beaten by something else.
My
Ronnie has a
vitality
D+.
is 4.
Okay, you've taken 2 major wounds and a minor, so that unfortunately does kill you as well. So he takes your head clean off. It's just a brutal, summary dismissing of you. And your head just topples off and your body collapses to the ground.
Oh,
Okay.
dear me.
So I'm already planning, the 20 years later after the apocalypse game. Meanwhile, I believe magic is the next thing to happen. Which I can only play the cards I have left in my hand.
It's
So,
the next.
Hold
next
on,
one
hold
to-
on, hold
next-
on, because I've got to discard cards.
Next one to die, you mean?
I saw that massive swig of beer that I just. Yep. Next.
We're done, Ronnie?
Sorry, yeah. Yeah, I just had to discard a card.
Oh. Bollocks. This isn't going to work, guys.
great hand
Guys,
otherwise.
2 of us are dead. It's one guy.
This isn't going to work, Julius. Okay. It's not a.
Yeah, it didn't.
It didn't work.
And then the archery shot, which he gets to use his dodge. Oh, but it's a fresh hand of cards.
Oh my God, that's not a hand of cards.
Oh, hang on. Sorry, I've done it wrong. Bear with me. I need to get rid of all of my cards because there aren't that many players now. So just bear with me. I'm just going to play
Yeah,
through
don't
this
worry.
deck. Actually, no, what I'll do is I'll refresh. That should confuse it, hopefully. Yeah, deck. No, I've still got my it remembered. Right, hang on. I'm just going to get rid of this entire hand and then we'll redeal.
Yay! Oh,
No, that dealt wrong. Oh, god damn it. Give me the deal button.
give me a hand I can use.
It's all right, it's going to be redealt at some point. Why is that? I've not got...
I would give you a hand, but the internet just.
Boom, boom. Get rid of them. Boom, boom, boom. Get rid of them. Boom, boom. Get rid of them. Right. 2 players remaining. Deal cards. There we go.
Okay.
That is probably a perfect hand. I'm never going to get to use it.
All right. I'm going with this. I don't know what happened, but I cannot select cards. I do. Okay. And now I have different cards. Why?
Huh? Oh, was there a lost packet or something? You've got an always wins, though. And a
Yeah,
high
but
effect.
And a high effect, yeah.
yeah, but still, meh.
Oh, yeah.
He's
that is
wearing
weird.
no armor, so
That is weird. I've lost... Those are the cards I wanted to play. Hang on, I'll just reselect them. There we go. Oh, where's it? Okay, it's taken it. Yeah, so basically, your arrow strikes him in the back of the neck. As he's sort of dealing with Kalis, your arrow strikes the back of his neck and actually sort of goes straight through it. It looks like it's done him a lot of pain. That's a major and a minor.
See, I distracted him for you.
Cheers, mate.
Canis's dying was very destructive. It was very-
Absolutely.
That was me all along.
Okay, that's the end of the turn. Oh no, it wants me to. No, I'm not going to discard because I think that's incorrect. Maybe not. Maybe I should have discarded. I'm not sure. Anyway, yeah. So on the next action, then he'll actually turn his attention towards Julius. What are you guys going to do, the survivors? Oh, I forgot to put the disadvantage card again. Oh.
I'm going to try and firebolt him again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I keep shooting arrows at him.
Okay,
And
he's going to
hopefully I'll be able
melee
to
you.
dodge the sword. Yes.
Yeah, so basically, you'll be at a disadvantage card for that as well, on top of any wound disadvantage cards you need to take. So
Yeah, I don't have
I'm
any
going to-
because I got a fresh character.
Mhm. Oh yes, that's right.
So
But you'll have one
Is this a one
disadvantage card.
character per session sort of thing?
Yeah.
It is when you take actions like you've just. Oh, balls! You hadn't done your skill test. So I've kind of revealed my hand accidentally, but so try not to look, Giorgio. It's you first with your archery, with one disadvantage card.
My archery. All right. Shit. Well, you're winning either way, so.
Okay. And because you're doing archery, you can't draw your shield. So
I don't
what's your
have one.
vitality?
So my
Oh,
vitality
okay.
is 2, like a regular human.
Oh.
No, my vitality is 5. Sorry, I
5.
thought you said mortality. That's my bad.
Okay. Yeah, he slices down the side of your neck and into your torso, and actually, as he pulls the sword out, it's actually through your heart at that moment, and you die moments later.
So cool.
You may have caused a TPK here, babe.
Quintus, you've got 2 choices now. You can either run and hope he doesn't chase you, or stay
It's
and
gonna-
fight, die, and just compound Jason's misery.
I did say about 9 minutes ago that I genuinely didn't mean for this to happen.
But
Well,
as I keep saying, sometimes shit happens.
Worst case scenario, Apostolos kind of went down in this centaur blaze of glory, but I didn't expect everyone else to pile in. And
You're our comrade.
at the
I
moment,
know,
he's killed Apostolos.
there's just you left.
Yeah, he's killed everybody, including Piglet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got to try Firebolt again.
I mean, that was the big clue, really.
Yeah, killing the assassin easily. Yeah,
Yeah, that was
That's what
meant
the rest-
to be the clue.
that's why the rest of us were going to leave. Okay.
Okay, so it's going to be a mutual then, if you're attacking. Oh. Well,
Has to be when you're ready.
yeah. Yeah. You kill him.
Yes! Yes!
You're welcome, by the way.
Yes!
Oh, wait.
Our
wait,
sacrifices
wait,
were
wait.
not
Wait,
in
oh,
vain.
there's a disadvantage
I forgot.
card.
There is a disadvantage card, isn't there? You're wounded, aren't you?
I am.
Right, now I was actually thinking about this, by the way. Because some of the disadvantage cards turned out to be advantages, I wanted to reintroduce a rule that I used to actually run with AFA and completely forgot at the start of this campaign, which it has to replace the highest face value card. So this will replace the 10.
Oh dear. 5.
You still win, but it's a 9 damage, which still kills him.
Is that going to win?
Yes!
That's not a fire card.
Yes!
Oh, because
That won't be a critical then.
Fuck, no!
if you stab him with your sword instead of firebolt, you'd have killed him.
I don't have a sword.
Any weapon.
Grab my mace and
Any
knock him
weapon
on.
that
I've
doesn't
got a
do low
sword
damage
by
would
my
have done it.
dead body.
Yeah. Nonetheless, I think
Ah.
we'll end the scene there then. We'll just fade to black on that little story. Because for all intents and purposes, there's no party left. Whether Quintus survives or not is debatable on whether... I mean, it was a fireball, so... and it's not...
It's not a fire card.
Yeah. So with them locked in battle, we'll fade to black, and that leaves the story unresolved. So, what do you want to do? Would you like to deal with consequences 10 years later, or would you like to get different characters within the same stuff unfolding? Or do you want to play something else and say that was cool, but no thanks?
I mean, I'd like to keep going with this.
Yeah, let's finish this story.
Because I also you know me, whenever a scenario ran and finish, I always do a video. And I don't think I've gotten enough of a run out on this system yet to do a video proper. And I want to give it a good run out.
Yes, we were 5 sessions in when Apostolos calls the TPK. Yeah.
Well, again, he pissed him off.
You know, I mean, I know I can run scenarios which are like 3-4 sessions tops, but they're designed that way.
Yeah, this wasn't designed to be ending tonight.
Yeah,
you were designed to meet one of the big villains, basically, or potential villains. It could be, depends which side you go on, which there is 2.
Yeah.
Well, I'd be tempted to do another character during the week and carry on with this storyline. Just
Okay.
My first thought would be maybe we could be characters in the same time period, but maybe be situated either in Moraine or somewhere a bit further afield, and we kind of pick up the news of what's happened.
Okay, so that depends
Or different
actually
angles.
largely on Phil. Phil, do you want Quintus to have survived? Or do you want to restart with everyone else in a perhaps in Moraine or something?
I'll restart with everyone else because that wasn't a fire card.
Yeah, but I didn't go through the process of actually killing you. I thought it was better to just kind of leave that there unresolved. I thought that it was actually slightly better.
Just a point of order here, just as a player. We all had to suffer the excruciating description of our demises. What makes Phil so special?
I thought it was more
why does he
dramatic
get
to leave the fight as like he's killed 3 people and then he's kind of like just getting to Quintus has done his last hurrah. Right, so basically this is the description that I should have given. Everyone is dead. Quintus has given his last. He's thrown everything he has and it didn't work. And the guy just looks at Quintus, tosses the sword in his hand, and moves toward him. That's the moment it fades black.
They don't show my death because it was actually all about me. That's why they didn't show my death. So
and tonight's episode of After Forever After has been sponsored by Blake's 7.
Yeah. The Avon death. Yeah.
The way that series actually ended was on that kind of a.
It was.
All you hear is just the sounds of the gunfire. You don't actually see whether Raven actually drops or not. You kind of assume it.
Well, seeing he was surrounded by people, he should have just dropped to the floor and never shot each other. Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still not going anywhere. It's been clamped.
So, yeah, we can regenerate characters in Moraine. I'll need to have a little think about where to place you. I think actually the thing to do is to put you in House Oak, but I need to come up with House
That's where
Oak.
Piglet came from.
That'll connect you to the story a bit quicker, and I just need to think how to tell the story from that perspective. So, in terms of the game, we'll end it there tonight. And we'll do character gen next week for party number 2.
I'm sorry.
Being Moraine, you can be any species of creature alive in this world. It is an incredibly cosmopolitan system. Cosmopolitan city.
Can I be Pigtail's distant cousin then?
You can be a Susian.
I just feel slightly obligated to avenge her death.
When I think of pig-like creatures, my brain immediately goes to Gamorrean.
Morian.
Yeah, but not green.
Gamorrean.
Not
Star
green.
Wars.
Not as
Yeah.
big. Return of the Jedi, Jabba's
Yeah.
Hutt Palace.
Oh yeah, I was thinking.
Yeah, the
where
Gamorrean
was that?
guards.
Yeah, no, yeah.
More leathers. Everything in Susian society is recycled.
Leather.
And by everything, I mean when people die, their entire body is recycled. It's a very different way of thinking. They're very environmentally friendly. Because of that, they're considered cannibals because they wear the bones and stuff of their ancestors and all that kind of thing. Anyway, yeah.
Wow.
So we'll do character gen next week. Yeah, we had a TPK, but I wasn't going to pull the punch because it's one of the potential big bads. So I wasn't just going to let you kill him. So if you're going to fight him, it would have to be fight him.
Yeah. That's the way it happens.
I think the TPK's always got to be there. It's always got to be the threat. So
Yeah.
you got to put it in the bag sometimes.
Yeah, as I've said before, you can.
Yeah,
This is a system where you have to consider surrender, just by its nature, because it is, essentially you've got 2 major wounds until you're dead. And if you go into a fight, like if you receive your first major wound, most of the NPCs surrender at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you
But
get
You'll
two
start
in the same,
in fights.
or you
the
get
thing-
2 together in the same turn and you die either way. So
The
That
thing
can
is, though, I wasn't wounded.
Well,
I
you're
went
not.
in there fresh.
Mhm.
I hadn't taken a wound. I went in there fresh.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I did a lot of damage to you though, didn't I?
Yeah,
I did 2 major wounds in a turn.
2 major
yeah.
wounds. Yeah.
Which is a mortal wound. Yeah.
But when you kill all someone's friends, they don't tend to just surrender.
Exactly. It just felt right. To just seen Apostolus go down, and I'm like, no, I don't want that.
It just
Guy's
needs
got to
another,
go.
just needs another fire card.
Well, you needed fire on the disadvantage card.
Yes, I need another fire card. If I had another fire card, then it'd have been fine. But
I just needed a little bastard not to have a fucking always wins card, and I probably could have stoned him one right there and then.
Yeah, of
The,
course.
the
you had a
hand
quite
I
good hand.
the hand I played was rather magnificent, if I do say so myself.
31 is the highest one we've
Yeah.
seen, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's certainly up there. But as I said, there is no hand which cannot be beaten by something.
Yeah. It was just one of those. I thought, yeah, I've got this. I won. Medium crit. I'm fucking this guy over and always wins.
That took us less than
At
an
that
hour.
point, I figured, yes, I may as well die now. I've got nothing left in the tank.
So, despite the TPK, I hope you enjoyed it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good.
no,
I had fun.
The thing
I
is,
just
TPKs happen.
We've
But-
not had one in our group, though.
again, I wasn't expecting everyone to do that thing. I just thought, Apostolos being hot-headed, he's gonna like react and go for it and whatever. Maybe he just will run away or
It's
be
certainly
a bit and then
plausible,
go away. But man,
Apostolos had 2 major wounds, didn't he?
yeah. No. I'm not saying that. I'm not expecting him to die, but that others would
I'm
either
just
run away or
seeing
be a bit
George
wounded and then
say.
leave, sort of thing. Thanks, Apostolos. I'm not Obama. Come on. Thanks, Obama.
Okay, I'm going to end the broadcast there. I'm going to take a few minutes break, and then we'll
Yeah.
come back and chat.
I'm having a cig.
Okay, bye-bye.